Guys, Zack here, and welcome back to Super Meat Boy Forever. I believe we're going into the final episode of this. And again, I thought 6 episodes ago that we would be going into the final episode. So, yeah, we're on episode, what is it, 20 now? But we are going into what I'm presuming is the final boss. Then again, I thought I thought Mr. Dr. Fetus was the final boss, and he wound up not being the final boss, so I could very well be wrong on that front. But in any case, we're going to be going into Omega Alpha. I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be. All I know is that it's a boss level. So yeah, we're just going to get into it. There's nothing else I can say about that. Let's just get into it and maybe finish the game. Bandage Ripper as per usual. Ooh. Oh, they're frozen in time. Interesting. Well, this doesn't look good at all. What are we fighting? Oh, it's a head and hands boss. A very big one. Oh, this is gonna be interesting and fun. It's a very big head and hands boss. I'm not even sure what I'm fighting right now, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Is this Dr. Fetus? Is it some sort of eldritch entity that happens to look like a face? I don't know. I haven't even figured out how to damage him yet. I'm assuming it's just a matter of smacking the head and hands. I think it's just a matter of trapping the hands. I think it's a matter of trapping the hands so that they can't hurt you, and then just nailing them. Because that's what I'm getting at. Okay. And also he has a lot of health. I smacked him a whole bunch and it barely did anything. Then again, we are basically fighting God right now, so I guess I can't really be too surprised. Okay. Oh, we're moving to a new spot. Okay. Okay, now I get it. Oh, it's a giant level. It's a really big level. I get it now. Yeah, this is... Okay, so this boss... So, the way this boss works is I got to navigate the level and nail him at every opportunity I get. I'm having trouble getting to that second phase. But I now at least know how to damage the boss. It's not like this big... It's not like this big enclosed fight. You're actually fighting, like, across multiple occasions. I get it now. There we go. Ah, I broke it. I got to the second phase and then I broke him out. Ah, that's unfortunate. No! Okay, so I should mention the controls are kind of screwing me over a little bit here. Because I have to use the punch and jump button at the same time, and they're both bound to the same thing. It's not 100% my fault, but it is kind of sort of my fault, because for not being good enough at the game at this point. No! Oh, I hate... okay. I haven't really had a problem with the setup up until now, but I'm starting to think that the jump and punch button might not have been the best. That might not have been the best way to do this, the setup for the controls. Just saying. No! God damn it! God damn it! The controls are bothering me. Okay, actually. Settings. Is there a way to change the controls so they're no longer bound to the same button? Controls. Overwrite mapping. I'm gonna A. Oh. Oh, they're... Restore default. Okay, so I can't actually bind it to... Okay, never mind. We're just gonna have to deal with the controls. Oh, it destroys the entire platform, so I have to trap him in there. Okay. I was curious as to whether or not I could just leave it, but no. Apparently, it smashes the entire thing if I leave it to its own devices, so... I can't do that. Oh, I had it trapped in there and then I broke it. No! Okay, I'm getting way too angry at this. I've done the entire game up to this point. I shouldn't be getting this angry. No! I'm so close to the end. I'm so close to the end. I can, well, assume. I don't think there's much more after, you know, punching out God. I really don't think there's much more after, but I'd be surprised. I had the feeling the final boss would be rough, but I wasn't expecting this. I really wasn't. And then again, it's the final boss to a game that is notoriously difficult. It is something that the first game did really well and influenced to a great deal in the medium that it was. So I guess I can't be too surprised that it's pretty goddamn rough right here up to the end. Also, I should mention this. The name of the boss's name is definitely referential to God. I believe it's in a biblical text thing, but the official text reads, "I am the Alpha and the Omega," which is referring to God. He's the beginning of the end. And we're literally fighting a boss called Alpha Omega. The symbolism could not be any more on the nose. I know some people are going to question me in the comments. Possibly, maybe, probably not. So, I wanted to at the very least point out that it is very much a symbolism of God. We are very much fighting God right now. Well, I am. You guys are watching at home, watching me try to punch out God, and failing miserably because I keep pressing the wrong button! Also, you know what problem I'm going to have now? Up until this point, I've been doing pretty good job with the, what is it called? I've been doing a pretty good job of keeping my promise with making meat puns for every episode. Some more so than others. I'm having trouble thinking of one for this guy. Because we're literally fighting God, and I'm not sure if there's any, meat-related things I can make with God. Maybe kosher eyes? I don't know. Because I know, like, being kosher is, like, a thing in, like, the Old Testament, like, with the Jewish thing. I know to an extent that it has something to do with meat and what kind of meat they can eat. Beyond that, I have no idea what being kosher actually is, so So maybe that would be an idea. This is definitely nigh on impossible without a guide. I will admit that, and I fucked it up. Okay, but this is very difficult without a guide. It probably will be difficult even with a guide. There's just a lot of things, and on top of that, it's just a long fight. I mean, consistently, all the bosses up to this point have been pretty easy and straightforward. Not so much here. You're basically doing a giant level. You're basically doing a giant level with this guy at the center. It's very rough. I mean, to anybody who actually made it through this fight and made it to the end, Godspeed, pardon the pun. This is rough. And I'm not making much progress. This is gonna be I think this is gonna be a multi-episode fight. I really do. It's just it's not a hard fight, now that I know how to do it. It's just a very long fight. I'm going to have to piecemeal this fight to actually figure out how to do this. Okay. Oh! Okay. I didn't know he could do that! Okay. I made it to the end of the trek, and he created a black hole and sucked me in. I did not know he could do that. Then again, fighting God. Probably should have expected it. Okay, I made it to the... Okay, so I made it halfway. I've made it halfway. Okay, so... Alright, I figured out the platforming section, but now that begs the question of how do I get through the rest of it? How do I get past the part where he sucks me into a black hole? How do I avoid dying to that? That's the question I need to answer now. Also, I want to reiterate, this boss fight is amazing. This is probably one of the coolest boss fights I have ever played against. Okay, I guess the best way to describe how it actually breaks the whole head and hands trope is that it's a rare instance of seeing a boss and using its own attacks against it. It's a rare I've never really seen many games do that. That is what I'm trying to get at. Because you're literally because in addition to using the platforming elements to fight back against it, you're also using the shockwaves it sends out with its own hands to get it into a vulnerable position so that you can actually hurt it. It's rare to see something like that in a video game, because most games just kind of you hit it and then there's a weak point. With this, you hit it, you use its own attacks to expose the weak point. It's rare to see that. Also, I'd like to point out just how random this fight is. It's so completely opposite of what you would expect from a Super Meat Boy game. It's like you're expecting to fight like Dr. Fetus, but then the game just throws God at you and expects you to punch him. It's not even in like a you're fighting it. It's not even in like a this was foreshadowed before the end of the game. You had no idea this was here before you actually got here. It's one of those types of bosses. Oh! Oh, is this the end? Oh! Okay, I'm at the end. Never mind. I'll just go to the end then. Okay, so I gotta go up then down. I may have to end it soon if I can't beat him, because my hand is starting to cramp up a bit, and that worries me. I don't think I'll be able to do it if my hand continues to cramp up. Actually, especially my hand cramps up because then I won't be able to actually play. Come on. Okay, so it is a fun... Okay. Oh, there's a lot... Okay, so there's a lot more. Alright, never mind. I thought I was going... Okay. Whew. Alright. I need to get my hand a break. Do I continue? I think I'm gonna continue, but... there's another entire platforming section that I don't know how to do, so... That begs the question of if I'm actually going to be able to do this. Screw it. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I have yet to figure out the last of the phase. I was going to be like, I'll end it when I finish, but now there's an entire another phase that I have to learn. So, it's not so much smack them up at the end. There's now another platforming challenge, and I don't know how to completely 100% beat it. Okay, so... I don't know, I may make one or two more attempts at this, and then I think I'm gonna leave the episode here. Because I don't know how to finish the rest of this. And I'm running out of time to actually cover it, so... Because it's very late. I usually have like set slots that I record everything in. Yeah, maybe a couple more times, and then I'll end it. But it is, but there is a lot. Okay, so there is a lot more to go. Because I have to finish them off after this. Because after that, I have to do another platforming challenge, and I don't know how to actually do the platforming challenge. So. So eventually, I am going to have to figure this out, but. I'll save it for next week if I don't beat it now. I'm definitely saving it for next week. Okay. Alright. If I'm gonna make stupid mistakes like that, then I should definitely save it. But... Yeah, because I think because there's still a little bit more left in the fight. My hand is cramping up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here. So, yeah, I'm going to just return to the map. We'll fight Omega Alpha next time because my hand is cramping up and I really, really need to learn the rest of the fight first before I can actually go and tackle him. So, yeah, I should be able to get through the rest of the fight no problem. It's just my hand's cramping up and and it's kind of making it a little bit hard to play. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to leave it here, unfortunately, but I will be coming back and we will be finishing off the final boss next time for sure. So, yeah, I figured out most of it. It's just the last stretch of it that I need to figure out and once I do that, then there should be no real problem. But for right now, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here, and we will continue with this next time and finish this off next time. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter in the description below. And also, be sure to check out my Patreon in the description below as well. It's only a couple bucks a month. It really helps me out, and you guys get access to a bunch of cool perks, and I'm always saying thanks. So be sure to check those out in the description below as well. Also, if you guys want to be helping support me even further, I actually started my Twitch channel yesterday. If you guys want to check that out, link is in the description. There's only one stream up there, and I'm recording this before I actually go and do that, so I have no idea if it actually went well or not, but I'm assuming it did. Go check it out. Go check out the VOD down below. I'll also be streaming again next Sunday, so be sure to check that out. It's gonna be fun. So I'll tell you guys at the end of the stream what we're actually going to be covering next week. But needless to say, I'm looking forward to next week. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.